Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing another song by the babies, the bebes, as I like to say. This is from the Midnight Special, when late night TV was actually watched by the masses and musical acts actually had to be broadcast on late night TV. And it was a thing. Like, wow, we're going to have a band perform tonight. I mean, they still do that on Saturday Night Live, but it was such a thing at the time. I can just tell from watching these videos. I'm like, oh, this was like everything. The babies seem cool. They're like 1978-ish to like 80, whatever, early 80s. And so far, I can't really find any flaws with them except that their lead singer is a ginger, a redhead. Just kidding. But, you know, gingers can never get ahead. So that's why I think they didn't make it past that. So let's go to If You Got the Time.
And the Midnight Special is proud to present the first American television appearance of the baby.
Thank you very much. This is our new single called If You Got the Time.
Nice riff. His mullet, though, is like a lot. I like the quad shot. I like it. I think every baby song I've heard has been good, like mainstream quality. They could have been, it sounds similar to a lot of other bands from the same era, but for whatever reason, this, like I say this every time I react to the babies, I go, this could have been these other songs that we still have 80s cover bands play, but no one ever plays the babies, which is too bad. So, hey, I'm glad to do this. Now, these are being requested by the subscriber Platinum Black, and he is the person that writes the really long comments that are very informative. He's like a major music person, lives in Los Angeles. I don't know if he was in the music industry or something. I think he's in Hollywood. I don't know what, or like retired or gonna retire. I don't know. I'm not sure, but he seems very Hollywood-esque. And he always writes these really long comments. Now, the other thing, the reason he's been sending me these babies videos is he's just uncovered a lot of these live recordings on YouTube. Like he's found them on these channels that never came up on search before. And so he's actually building a babies playlist. So he'll link it. And then if it doesn't show up, I'll link it, because usually you can't share links in the chat. But at some point, he'll remember. He'll send me the link to his playlist, and then I will add it to the babies videos that I do. If you guys want to hear his like best of the babies playlist, because that's something I'm never going to curate, but only a babies fan, the babies fan, will do that. I have no complaints on this song. Like I said, he's a redhead, and then a redhead mullet. It's like two bad things put together. Like a mullet's really bad altogether, but then a redhead mullet is like, it's like cousin it. It's a nightmare. It's like something you only like have in the worst of dreams. So unfortunately, he was afflicted with such a disease, but then he decided to cut his hair in the mullet style, which I know is a thing very briefly, but it just doesn't work. Like it's like feathered too. It's like a layered mullet. Like, so it like kind of like feathers down, but because the hair is so fine, usually redhead people have like very fine hair, I just don't think it works. The other guys though, with their bangs and their like blown out, like curled under with a blow dryer look, and their like curled bangs like a woman's bob, I mean, also did not stand up to aging well. But it's cute that they all have bangs, and it's very period. It's kind of like when we used to, you know, I'm sure you guys used to look at art from like 1850 and be like, what year was this from? And you're like, oh, it's clearly an 1850. Or if you got into the Impressionist period, the Van Goghs and all that, you would be able to spot an Impressionist art like that. Just like this, we can date it like that. We just know what this is. The song is great. In fact, I think a band today could just pick up some of these baby songs, cover them, and probably they could, if there were such a thing today as a rock and roll chart, which barely any rock music does anything on charts, this could do well. I think the song would do well. I think the song would do well in a live performance cover band context. I think if a band started playing this, people would be like, oh yeah, that's a pretty good song. So I think it's a great song. I think it's well performed. I like the guitar work. I like the bass line. I like the guitar licks. I like the harmony. I think they're great singers. I have no complaints about the babies. I just like to make fun of how they look because it's so easy. It's such a low shot. I mean, like, I'm not doing it to be mean. Like, people call me old and fat and like ugly, whatever. So like, whatever. I can say that their hairstyles are pretty bad. I mean, arguably. Not everyone had their hair like this at the time period. Like, it wasn't like everyone was like, I'm going to embrace this style. They were like, we are going to embrace this style and lean into it. There were other ways to do 70s hair, like late 70s hair, that wasn't as extreme. They chose to go with the most extreme of haircuts. Like, other rock bands had cooler rocker haircuts. So anyway, I like it, but I think there's better 70s hair I've seen by rock bands. And I get it. You're in a rock band. You got to have crazy hair. But no. But yes, I love them. They're great. And let's hang out with the Platinum Black playlist when it comes out for the babies. Every baby song I've literally liked. So I'm glad I'm going to have a babies playlist on my channel, but it won't be as good and as inclusive as the playlist made by, I think he's James, but he's Platinum Black for sure. And then I forget what his name is because it's like, I'm pretty sure it's James, but I could be wrong. I don't feel like looking it up unless it's right here. Okay. He wrote, let me read his little, by little, I mean long, guidance. The Babies performed their song, If You Got the Time, the first single on their debut album, The Babies, released in December 1976 on Chrysalis Records, and produced by Brian Christian and Bob Ezrin. The performance was shot live on stage for the NBC TV network television show, The Midnight Special. The original air date was March 25th, 1977. This was the group's first ever appearance on American television. The Babies were introduced to none other than the Queen of Soul herself, Aretha Franklin, who hosted the episode. The performances for the show were filmed live before a studio audience at the NBC studios in Burbank, California. The four original members of the Babies were John Waite, Brian Corby, Wally Stalker, Tony Brock, and that's it. So, yes, that's the situation. Let's mark it off. That was a lovely rendition. And stay tuned. If you like this, check out my Babies playlist, check out my 70s playlist, check out Platinum Black's suggestions, because I'll link it somehow. I'm going to forget, and then he's going to remind me, because he actually like messages me on Facebook Messenger, but because I'm so many followers now, I don't really reply to my DMs very often. I'll be like, okay, but I read it and I kind of know in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh yes, there's that really long message thread with probably some pertinent information, and then I kind of ignore it. So sometimes you just have to keep DMing me, and I won't really be bothered by it. If I'm ignoring it, it's not you. It's just that I am extremely sought after as a person by not only you all, but like my own children, my friends, people who want to date me, whatever. Like, yeah, my parents, they like to call, I call my mom every single day. So if I don't respond, it's not personal. It's just like literally like, look what I brought with me, guys, to my hotel. 2 Yoshis got to come on the trip because they're brother and sister, and they were going to be jealous with each other. They represent my 2 children because I have a boy and a girl. And it was, anyway, thank you for sending that over, and please subscribe, consider membership. Okay, bye.